Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So hi, before I start to deliver my speech, I would like to ask you a question that might be related to our daily habits or something that we might have experienced before. But you guys have to answer it honestly. So whenever examination is around the corner, or whenever there's a task that must be done in a limited of time, would you guys rather to be concerned of your own health or stay up all night just to finish anything that you've been working on that time? I must admit, as a high school student, I even preferred to stay up all night, no matter how exhausted I am, just to study and expecting myself to get better grades the next day. Or sometimes we also have free times where we don't really have to do any assignment, we don't really have to do any works. What we might not realize is that we have wasted our time for an unnecessary thing in the huge amount of time. For example, we would rather to scrolling through social media day and night instead of resting our minds and bodies. These things leads me to try to discuss about the topics related to it, which is, does sleep deprivation affect our academic performance? I personally think this topic is quite captivating because almost all of students might have ever experienced sleep deprivation. Before I get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Mahira Syifa Andarili. I'm from Islamic State Senior High School in Jakarta. So do you guys know what is the definition of sleep? Let me tell you. Sleep medicine reviews state that sleep is an integrated part of human health and life, and it's crucial for learning, performance, mental and physical health. Evidence has shown that sleep health can be an issue among students. Based on a study by William E. Kelly, students slept less than 6 hours usually showed signs of neurotic feelings, anxiety, lack of creativity, and more prone to hallucination. Leads to memory consolidation, in which information is stored in long-term memory, so that you are unable to retain the information picked up the day before. Another research by Dr. Laurent Epstein, an instructor of medicine at Harvard Medical School, state that students who's getting adequate amounts of sleep perform better on memory and motor tasks rather than those who are deprived of sleep. As a high school student, I can confirm you that these side effects of sleep deprivation are true. Because whenever I'm lacking of sleep, I usually get dizzy, less focused, and also a little bit more emotional than before. And I've never known what was the reason behind that before. And before I start to try to decide to talk about these topics, I've never been concerned of my own health, especially the one caused by the sleep deprivation. And that's why I'm kind of curious on how to avoid sleep deprivation. And Dr. Lawrence itself has already given us some of the tips on avoiding sleep deprivation. I bet most of you already know about this because it's kind of common. So let me tell you. So how to avoid sleep deprivation? So the first one is to avoid the caffeine, adjust the light before sleep, and also limit the nap time. I think these tips are quite beneficial because based on my own experience, whenever I take nap, I would not be able to afford sleep deprivation because I already feel awake and there's no urgent need for my body to sleep and rest. I sincerely hope this speech provides you more information about sleep deprivation and makes you more aware and concerned of your own health. And I hope these simple tips will help us as a student to improve our health. And if you guys have more information and more tips on how to avoid sleep deprivation, you can share us through this platform. Sadly, my speech has come to an end. Thank you very much for your time to listen to my speech. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.